Okay, very good. No need to be too serious in here because spirituality isn't a case of being very serious. Spirituality is joy. Okay? Yes, of course. Spirituality means responsibility of ourselves. Especially, okay?
Okay.
Yes, of course.
That's it.
Okay, that's a parallel dimension talking. That's the Mandela effect. Oh wow, that's this Mandela effect. By the way, I thought that this jumper was green and now it's changed color. That's the Mandela. I'm a victim of the Mandela effect. Okay, anyway, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Gian Carlo Zazzeri, but simply call me Gian, because my name is Italian and long and complicated, so forget about the rest, but just simply call me Gian, because I like to make things as simple as possible, okay? Because spirituality should be simplicity and should be understandable for everyone, okay? I have a scientific background, but I was born with certain gifts. But I don't want to explain my story for too long, because I don't like to talk about myself a lot, but I like people to discover themselves rather, okay? So what can I say? Yes, I was born with gifts, but we all are born with gifts in a certain way, aren't we? Mm-hmm. So that doesn't make me special than you guys. We are all born with gifts, okay? And yes, beyond the scientific background, yes, I have got my spiritual approach on things as well. And for a lifetime, I've been working, doing research to, what can I say, combine the spiritual perspective with the scientific perspective. And yeah, wow, it's been a hard time to try and combine the two things together. But in the end, yes, the result came out, okay? And I'm going to talk about this result very soon. In a, what can I say, innovative energetical healing modality called A.Q.H, which is the acronym of Angelic Quantum Healing, okay? I decided to not call it, what can I say, XXYYXC healing, but I decided to call it Angelic Quantum Healing, okay, because I wanted to give it a more warm feeling to this method, okay, which is based upon advanced notions of quantum physics, but explained in a very easy, comfortable, and flowing way for who attends my classes, okay, because quantum physics is the science of the consciousness. We're not talking about mathematics, we're not talking about algebra, we're not talking about chemistry, but we're simply talking about the science of the consciousness, where let's say that our own interpretation of what we consider reality depends upon our own personal view of things, okay? And this is, of course, related to the principle of indetermination. The way we see things according to our feelings creates a certain functional wave throughout time and space that then defines it into the law of attraction. And that is life that mirrors us in every single moment of our existence. And this is the way the soul talks to us. This is the language of the soul. Many people call it the law of attraction. It's the language of the soul. It's how we talk to us on a higher level, okay? And you know, every single thing that happens in our lives is the soul mirroring itself constantly, and we're invited to accept the circumstance, and for acceptance, we learn to understand it on unconscious level, beyond human comprehension. Because if we try to understand what occurs in our lives only with our mental state of being, well, the ego overpowers us, and we always want to know according to a mental perspective of things. But you know, when we see life on the spiritual perspective, we just have to learn to keep our hearts humbly open, accept and trust, and know that the soul already knows everything. On soul level, we already know everything because we have all the wisdom of the universe, the cosmos within ourselves, that beautiful DNA, you know, it's the multiversal language of creation, and it's practically everywhere, in every single thing. It's conveyed through stardust, and that's who we are in the end, okay? So, and in the DNA, there is practically all the molecules, the atoms, and in the very hearts of the atoms and the subnuclear particles, we have the very heart of creation itself, the heart of the cosmos, that I love to call the divine singularity, in which A.Q.H is based upon. the divine singularity, God, Goddess, Manitou, Allah. It's the infinite energy of the vacuum, okay, that confines itself in infinite spaces over and over again. And these infinite spaces are the paradigms of time and space that determines our holographical existence, as in our holographical existence, okay? The universe and the multiverse, the way we know it to be and the way we don't know it to be, okay? And this is what A.Q.H is all about. Anyway, this is Manuela.
Hi everyone, I'm Manuela. I'm very, very happy to be with you tonight and to share our experience. And before to start, I would like to say a big, big, big thanks to beautiful person, and it's thanks to this person that tonight we can be here with all of you. This person are Rita of the SunGates Center.
Hurrah!
Yeah, this wonderful angel permit that all happen. Okay. And the second big thanks I would like to share to say to all of you, because tonight are here and dedicate our time to us. This night will be a special night. Every one of you know that we are in a very, very, very powerful and special event. We are in a big eclipse of moon, and we are in a special energy of the moon. The moon represents the energy of the feminine, the sacred feminine. And is the right moment to letting go all the heaviness, all the things that block us in the past. The past chain, okay, the chain that don't permit to us to grow, to realize our goal, to have the life that every one of us always done, okay? And together tonight, all united, we letting go all the things that we don't need it, and we ask the universe with this beautiful power energy to realize all your desires, all your goals. And we would like that this night will be a beautiful, beautiful experience for every one of us. And before to start, I would like to say that don't exist only one truth. The truth is inside of us, here in our heart. And it's important respect our truth and respect the truth of the other. And please, tonight, take with you the things that vibrating to your vibration, to the sound of your heart. And the things that you don't feel letting go are all information. And I'm sure that every one of us at the end will go to home with a beautiful gift. Because I believe in the existence of the angels, and they changed completely my life a few years ago. And I'm sure that tonight they help us, not only tonight, every day of our life, but especially tonight, they are all with us for permit to us to grow and to realize our goal. Because it's not a case that we are all together. Don't exist in the life, the case. If the things happen in our life, because they have a big importance, they have a sense for us. And I convinced that our soul decide before to meet one together for share this experience. And I confess that I'm very, very, very happy and very excited for this. And please forgive me, I'm sorry if sometimes I ask Gian to translate me, because I spend a lot of time in Italy and I should practice my language.
Is her English good though?
Yes, my ego.
She
No,
always
I-
says
I
I have to
understand.
translate for her, but in the end she just speaks and says everything.
Yeah, with my Italian accent.
It's okay. It's a sexy accent.
I'm completely convinced that the language of the heart is universal. Because we are more heart, but in the end, we are one big heart. Because we are inseparable. We are all the same energy. And when this energy is united and together, we are so powerful. And this energy is the energy of love, the most powerful energy of the universe. Okay, now if you are ready, are you ready? Yes. I can't hear you.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I don't like too much. Tonight we should put all as energy for create, for manifest our goals, our desire, the life that we have been always dreamed, and we are in the right place and in the right moment. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Are you ready? Yes! Woo! Great! I like it.
Well, with all this feminine energy, how can I be ready? Because I can't see not even one man in here.
We have one, but he's hiding.
Okay. That's why my knees are wobbling tonight. I've always been a very shy boy. Yes. When I was a kid, I had deep psychological issues as well, because I was born with certain gifts, of course, and I used to see dimensions just continuing unraveling themselves in front of my eyes. And this gift is what I consider multidimensional awareness and vision, okay? Seeing negative, like seeing the dimensions just interacting amongst themselves and interlaying amongst themselves in such an interwoven and intricated way, like negatives of old photographs put all together, seeing buildings appearing from nowhere and vehicles appearing from nowhere and flying vehicles and cities in the sky and beings appearing from nowhere, and me interacting with them since I was a child until my youth. And of course, you know, I had hard times with this gift because I wasn't capable of controlling it. But now I'm putting it into service to do soul readings to people. Me and Manuela. Manuela developed this type of gift as well throughout her experience as well. But when I was a kid and when I was a youth, I had no capability of controlling this gift. So I wasn't capable of distinguishing the human paradigm of existence with all the rest. And maybe people might have seen me talking to somebody out of nowhere, and people were trying to wonder, who is he talking to? And I thought that this was reality. This was an integral part of the human paradigm of existence. It is, of course, but on quantum level. But I see these things. But now I've learned, I've been working hard on myself, and I've learned to control this gift. And I see only when I want to see now, okay? Thank goodness for that. If not, you know, I had problems with the teachers and my parents as well were worried. But anyway, I had to work hard on myself, and here I am explaining certain things and what I channel as well, okay? Because what we teach are all results of our channelings. Since my childhood, I've always been strongly connected with the Archangel Metatron, okay? The Archangel Metatron is the Archangel of the changes. It is a highly transformative power of the cosmos, of the multiverse. It transforms, it filters, and it conveys energy related to multiversal knowledge throughout existence. Okay, so when we're talking about genetical evolution and the times of changes, the Archangel Metatron is the dispenser of functioning waves that comes straight from the source, that then refines itself and goes straight to our DNA to determine what can I say, to determine our evolution, okay? We are living profound times of changes, of course. The vibration of the earth is changing. And of course, it's quite long to explain in the terms of quantum physics, how this mechanism of change occurs. But since the year 2012, 21st of December, let's say that this change has started to, what can I say, manifest itself in a very, very powerful way, okay? The changes have started since the 80s because we were approaching the crossings of the galactic core. But since the year 2012, 21st of December, this change has occurred and the world has gone like this. A new world has been born on quantum level, on vibrational level, onto the old world. So now we are living two different timelines interacting with each other in this moment. And this is what is commonly called the Mandela effect, okay? It's not provoked by the CERN because they're talking about the Large Hadron Collider, which is provoking this effect, but no. It's been provoked practically by the passage, by the crossing of our star system through the plane of the galactic core. But from the galactic core, we are receiving instructions, pulsing waves, okay, we are receiving gravitational waves that are conveying tachyons and neutrons that then contain instructions from a higher dimension. Because according to the metaphysical perspective, the galactic core is a great portal, okay, towards higher dimensions. But this portal is, what can I say, a sort of mirror reflex of what occurs within ourselves. And we are talking about the mirror reflex of the cosmic heart that then shows us in a certain way who we are and what we can be, okay? When I'm talking about A.Q.H, I'm talking about an energetical modality that works on this type of paradigm. How we mirror ourselves over and over again as the infinite confined in infinite spaces. And an example is the galactic core. It is a portal of infinite possibilities towards higher dimensions. And it reflects itself within us here in the thymus. And this is the higher heart chakra, okay? It is the most mysterious chakra ever to exist. Since the antique times, we were talking about the 7 usual chakras, but now the higher heart chakra is starting to pump very strong. And when it pumps, that means that we are living the times of changes. And it is time to recognize our multidimensional self. When we're talking about the subconscious mind, the access portal towards the subconscious mind, which is a partial understanding of what the soul is all about, is through the higher heart chakra. That makes us understand that our subconscious mind is the multidimensional hub towards other higher dimensional realities. A.Q.H reawakens that part of ourselves, okay? Because now we are going from carbon-based beings to something else. The DNA is changing, inevitably. And we are shifting towards the crystalline era. And this is just the beginning. It's starting from the consciousness. We are starting to feel a change from within. We are starting to discuss upon all the choices that we made in the past. And we are finally starting to decide enough on living a life based upon the expectations of other people. But what do we truly expect from ourselves now? And this is spiritual individual responsibility to really reawaken that best part of ourselves, our highest selves, to put it into service towards other people who need reawakening. So what are these times saying? It's a very provocative time, really, especially for what concerns the holistic environment, but especially for what concerns the medical environment, because we are all convinced that we need healing. And until we are convinced that we need healing, we just keep lying to ourselves because we don't believe in ourselves as souls enlightened by the Spirit. And there is nothing more powerful than the soul enlightened by the Spirit. That makes us perfectly understand that creation is based upon the perfect template called the soul, which is the creative power of the spirit. It's the quantum field of creation. That's what the soul is all about. It's not some sort of helpless thing entrapped in a human body waiting for judgment day to arrive. And when judgment days arrive, this ferocious God comes and condemns us to hell to roast like a barbecue. That's just rubbish. We have to trash it. We have to put it in. We have to delete it. Put it in the virtual rubbish canister in our computer. Let's say like this. Okay? But the brain is a very powerful quantum elaborator. Okay. They've invented the D wave, but we've already got it here. We've got the brain. Okay. Has anyone heard about the D wave? Well, it's the first quantum computer. Okay. Capable of tapping into the matrix. They've got it at the Large Hadron Collider, hidden somewhere, okay? And practically they're trying to create portals through the Large Hadron Collider using the D-Wave computing system. But we don't realize that we have already got our own personal D-Wave. It's not expensive, it's free, it's our brain. And we have already got our own personal particle accelerator. It's free of charge. It's from nature. It's our heart. So why don't we believe in ourselves anymore? Like the philosophers of the past. Look at Democritus. He didn't need the Large Hadron Collider to discover that the atom existed. It was all here. A question of feeling from the heart. And the mind, of course, is the lab that discovers what comes from the heart to elaborate a vision of the universe based upon particles and atoms. In reality, it all comes from within, because we are projecting holographically our own interpretation of our reality, okay? But of course, when everyone comes into a state of concordance upon what is shared, then this becomes a collective state of projecting a reality. Throughout history, we have been taught to see our reality in a certain way. We believe in destiny, we are victims of fate. But why can't we understand that we are masters of our destiny? And fate is just the greatest of all illusions. Because it's not a question of the external that overpowers us, but it's a question of us projecting the external from within. Bang. And this is the Big Bang that everyone has always been waiting for. Okay? And A.Q.H makes us clearly understand this, because the method of A.Q.H makes us understand what the subconscious mind is all about on a multi-dimensional level. Partially, of course. It isn't the answer to everything, because nothing is the answer to everything. We can only have a partial glimpse into this great mystery. But A.Q.H is the first step towards a new holistic vision, according to how the earth is changing, according to how we are changing. Times are so fast, times are so demanding, and we need methods that are capable of making us sustain the energies of the times of now. Okay? This vibrational frequency is very high. The vibrational frequency of the earth is very high. People are going crazy and they don't even know. They're starting to discuss upon their past, and they're starting to make radical changes because the consciousness is reawakening on a new vibrational level. But we have to be capable of holding this vibrational frequency, harmonizing our consciousness or our subconscious mind into this frequency to harness it and to make it become our new paradigm of existence on how to manifest things in life. And once we're harmonized into this paradigm of existence, bang, we are reclaiming back our power of becoming masters of our destiny, okay? I've always been convinced throughout my lifetime, and even a colleague of mine, his name is Nassima Ramel, he's been convinced throughout his lifetime that we are the infinite, confined in infinite spaces, okay? And this infinite is the energy of the consciousness. It's the divine singularity that confines itself over and over again in infinite spaces. And these infinite spaces is the paradigm of time and space, okay? And what can I say? The paradigm of time and space is represented since the antique times as the sacred geometry, okay? And now science is calling it the superstring theory, okay? And what does A.Q.H permit us to do? A.Q.H permits us to break through the paradigm of time and space, and to tap into that infinite energy, and to transcend it, to harness it, and to use it as a powerful reawakening method, okay? It's not a question of healing anymore, but it's a question of reawakening into a state where we have always realized that we have never ever needed healing. That's the fact. We have always been living in a great illusion. And I need healing. And what am I provoking in myself? Well, I'm convinced that I'm ill. There's something wrong with me because I need healing. But if the soul enlightened by the Spirit is so perfect, and if the soul enlightened by the Spirit as the creative power of the Spirit has been, what can I say, is that manifesting energy to manifest life the way it is in total perfection, why should we ask ourselves that we need healing? We don't believe in our own perfection. We don't believe in ourselves totally as souls enlightened by the Spirit. And we're invited to go back to this paradigm, or what can I say, to expand ourselves towards this paradigm. Like the times of Atlantis, for an example. Something occurred after the times of Atlantis. Men and women lost that authentic vision of themselves. At a certain point of time and space throughout history, we were inducted in some sort of error that has always given us a distorted vision of ourselves and of reality. But now we are living the times where we can claim back our power, okay? Our Christical and Magdalenical power. I like to call it this way, okay? Because Christical, it's the masculine energy of the cosmos, of the multiverse, okay? It's the gold spectrum in which A.Q.H is based on. And then the Magdalenical power, because of course, according to how my personal point of view, I like to call the feminine energy of the cosmos the energy of Mary Magdalene, for example, okay? It's my personal interpretation, okay? Like the Templars, the divine feminine, okay, which is within, that every man is discovered to explore. For women, it's far easier, okay? Society has been driven in a certain way, but now the intuitive power of humanity is starting to come out because the Magdalenical power is starting to drive the human race towards a new state of evolution, filtered through the Metatron energy to rebalance itself with the Christical energy, okay? Because the Christical energy needs balancing from this feminine energy. This aspect, this perspective was forgotten throughout time because it was men that were writing the religious text. They transformed spirituality into religion, of course. But it's a question of spirituality. It's a question of personal belief, sharing and accepting whatever is felt to be accepted, okay? Where the result is peace in the end, for a better humanity. Well, let me explain briefly how this method works. And then I will do a brief example, okay, on somebody. This method, amazingly, permits people to open up their channels in a very fast way. The practitioners of A.Q.H become psychic very quickly. This method opens up the channels because through the procedure of A.Q.H, especially during the classes, profound cleansing processes occur and profound activations occur. Like an example, we go through a process that is called the karma burning, okay? Wow, karma burning. Okay. Well, why? Because it's not a question of finding out through long past regressions what occurred in our past lives anymore, because the karmical laws have changed. We don't need to try and understand what occurred in the past to try and resolve our inner issues. It's just a question of acceptance, letting go, knowing that the soul already knows everything, and it's total trust. The past is a great illusion. Okay? We have to understand that we have to put ourselves into our eternal momentum of the here and now to reproject our reality in according to how we truly feel with ourselves, okay? And the karma burning is a very rapid process. it is principally based upon the ultraviolet energy of the Archangel Metatron. People are placed into this cube, and the cube just spins beyond the speed of light. It becomes a vortex of ultraviolet light, and all the past lives just automatically pop out and go, pop out and go, at an incredible speed. Because we have to understand that we have existed since the very beginning of time and space. And how many past lives have we had even on many other worlds? Okay, and these past lives just come and go, come and go. And once this process is activated, it's a continuous process, it's a chain reaction that accompanies you until, bang, you are totally free from your karmical state of being and you go switch to your dharmical state. Does anyone know what dharma means? The dharmical state of being means the state of light. Dharma is light. Dharma is freedom. No more illusion of karma. Because karma has always been a great illusion. It transforms our existence like a circle that repeats itself over and over again like a broken record. But the dharmical state is a spiral. You're spiraling upwards. It's the light state of being. And the dharmical state is the key to go towards our new way of being, because we are going galactic. Okay? We have to understand this. And A.Q.H is a method that spawns us to activate our galactic selves, okay? Because we are going from 4 to 6D. And people say, but we're in 3D, but we're going 4D. No, there's a misunderstanding there, because dimensions shift in with the value of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Light, sound, time, and space. And then there will be other 2 physical laws to add to light, time, sound, and space on quantum level, on the quantistical perspective. 3D is just the elusive interpretation of time and space, but on quantum level, we are made of light, sound, time, and space. 4 dimensions, and then we are shifting towards the 6th dimension in reality, okay, which is the crystalline air. But who knows? The beautiful thing about the science of the consciousness, which is quantum physics, is that we don't know what we don't know. But we don't know what we don't know. We can give our own interpretation. And what does this mean? We are God and Goddess. That power is from within. This is the great thing. This is the great news. That maybe supergravity is arriving to make us shift in different ways that we don't know. I'm moving myself here and I want to go there, and I just disappear, teleport myself, and I'm over there. And telepathical capabilities are awakening. This is just what's going on. Okay, and the Mandela effect is just the beginning. Okay, of a new world, where the old world will go towards its own destiny, while who is ready to hold this energy is in the new world, seeing the old world, which is destined to stray away slowly, until it just disappears. Okay. Anyway, back to A.Q.H. This is us. Okay. And we have to understand that the structure of time and space, okay, which is a tesseract, let's call it the tesseract of life, okay? It's been known to be as the Merkaba, it's been known to be the flower of life, it's been known to be the Metatron cube, okay? In A.Q.H, we are going to work with a very particular Merkaba, which is 4-sided, which is known to be the tesseract of life, okay? The tesseract of creation. And it is allocated here, right here, where the higher heart chakra is. It is even called the divinity core, if you want to call it that way. It can be called many things. In the very center, it has the divine singularity, the divine spark of life, that eternal momentum before time and space. While this is multidimensional time and space, this is the soul, or what resembles the soul. This aspect of ourselves mirrors itself constantly like a hologram, over and over again, from the infinitely small to the infinitely great to the human scale of existence. In A.Q.H, we're going to activate this state of being, which will permit us to elevate our electromagnetical field called the toroid field to the 6-dimensional crystal and mandalenical frequency, to the gold and silver spectrum. In this state, we will be able to harness the infinite energy of the divine singularity from its infinitely great from above, positive polarity, and its infinitely great from below, negative polarity, feminine and masculine, a vortexual energy coming this way. The energy will build up. It will be. People feel even a slightly gravitational pull when the energy arrives. It's like having a black hole. Okay, but it's a divine singularity. The energy builds up, and suddenly it outbursts itself throughout all the light vessels of the astral body, because the astral body is similar in a certain way to the physical body, but it has chakras, meridians, and then it ends up building in the hands. And through gravitational waves, this aspect of ourselves reconstructs itself here. It mirrors itself right here. And then, in its high intelligence, okay, because it's the intelligence of our highest self, it goes where it has to go on the person. And it creates reawakening effects. It works on DNA level, highly powerful. And all our practitioners, bang, they are reawakened. And through this process, information arrives. And the information that arrives is related to the divine singularity that is harmonizing everything that it encounters within the person. Okay? The energy is based on the Metatron energy, ultraviolet energy, bright white energy, the energy of unconditional love, which is the divine singularity, the Metatron energy, ultraviolet, and the crystal, golden and silver energy. Okay? And this is just level 1. And then, of course, there is the level 2, which is a more refined version of A.Q.H. Okay? And then there is the level 3, where we are really stepping into the holographical paradigm of existence. Where in level 3, we learn to project our consciousness on microscopical level through this vehicle inside the person and to spread light wherever it's needed. And level 4, okay, well, wow, how can I explain it? Jesus and Magdalene. Well, level 4 is the deep mystery of holographical surgery, okay? In level 4, we will learn to work, or we will learn the ABC of how the galactic beings work. So we will create our own personal working space, okay? Which is the higher level of the Merkaba of life called the Merkana, which has the shape of the dodecahedron, all spinning around us. And then, of course, in this elevated state of consciousness, practically you'll be capable of separating the person like a sandwich on all energetical levels, separating the soul from the astral body and the astral body from the physical body, and working separately on these aspects of the person. It is truly a very powerful, life-changing experience. And of course, in this state, you won't be alone to do it, because you will have even your team coming from higher dimensions in this state, okay? They may be Arcturians or Pleiadians or whatever. You will have your own personal team, but this is the 4th level, okay? DEFCON 4. Okay, but the 4th level is, what can I say? It's quite extreme. It's done in very rare cases, of course, okay? But usually the practitioners use the 1st, 2nd level, maybe the 3rd level sometimes, but the 4th level, wow, if you meet an extreme case, okay, the 4th level comes down, bang. Okay, so A.Q.H puts a person capable of harmonizing and resolving any sort of energetical issue.
Yes, because the A.Q.H work in all levels of life. Let me share my experience. I have been two things in my life that changed completely myself. The first one was in 2005 when I met in Australia Aboriginal spiritual family. Okay, was a very, very strong experience because I don't know who. I don't know who guide us in that land and for holiday. And we go in the center of Australia in Ayers Rock. I don't know if you know this place. It's a mountain, a monolith, in the center of the desert. A very, 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 very powerful, special place. And there something changed in me. In that time we live in Italy, and when we come back, I had been a vision. A man that told me one name. That name was A.Q.H. I looking for this name in internet, but I don't find nothing. At the first time, I thought it was one divinity or one goddess, or one the name of one child, but nothing. And after a series of events, bring me again in Australia. And in the north of that place, of that continent, in Queensland, we find a special person. Was a lady, an Aboriginal lady, and we recognize ourselves immediately with the eyes, because our eyes are the mirror of our soul. If you look one person in your eyes, you look the person in her, his soul and his heart. Okay, and the communication is heart by heart. The same happened to me with this lady that present to us a family, and after a series of things, we were welcome to this family, like a daughter, like a son. And this experience changed my life, because when I come back to Italy, all was changed, because I developed my capabilities. I opened my channel. I remember that I was in crisis in the first time, because when I met one person, I can't feel whole. I can't read the person like a book, and I lose a lot of people around me, because I was ingenuous, and I tell to them all the things that come to me, but the people are not all ready to know the truth.
Oh, you've got a pimple on your forehead, what?
And I live a period of crisis, but after I understand that these things was gift and are not come in my life for a case. Was come for growth, for me to grow, and for help the other people. Because we have two important missions in our life. The first time is grow, is understand the sense of the life in a spiritual way, but even in our deeper way, okay, in our own. And this is a single mission. And the second mission is a collective mission. Is share with the other, help the other to grow at the same way. And you ask me why, and come, like, come, out, sorry. And out, yes, with our experience. We can help the other with our experience. I like so much one phrase that said Mahatma Gandhi, that said, be the example that you want to see in the world. This is true. If we want, we can be the example. And if everyone take our responsibility and be the example, we can really change this world. We can really create a world of peace, of love, of brothership, because we are all the same energy. We are not only body, we are more and more. And after this, I had been a lot of signs that pulled me to share my my experience, the things that come in my life. And now I'm here with you beautiful soul, to share. And this is a big, big gift for me. I feel blessed and very, very, very happy in the deeper of my heart. And I'm convinced that one of the most beautiful things is see the smile of the person in front of you. And don't have price. Because your joy is my joy. You know? And the second one experience was hard because it was a sickness. In the 2011, I have a bad form of arthritis
That forced me to bed.
For me to bed with a lot of pain. I can't walk for a long time. But I don't lose the trust because I told you before, I felt the angel around me that sustained me a lot. It was in this case that Gian channeling this powerful technique. It was in this case that I understood a lot of things of me. The first one was that if we want to be healthy, if we want to be
If you want to heal.
If you want to heal, we should work in ourselves in all aspects. We have three important aspects. The physical, the body, take care of our body. The second one is the energy, because we are not only, we are energy, all is energy. This table is energy. The computer is energy. All, we have the same energy. And the second one is the emotion. Emotion are very, very, very important in our life. All the things that we do is moved by one emotion. Even for the simple things, when we buy one dress, there's one emotion that we have. Because I like it. Wow, beautiful emotion. There's even the second emotion. And I discovered that all the message that my body gave me, because the sickness is a message that the body gave me. Usually, the traditional medicine take care of the symptom, but not the root, the case. Causa?
The cause.
The cause, sorry. Okay. And the cause in that case was one strong emotion. And with this method that Gian channeling in that occasion, I can understood all. Understood the seed of my sickness. Rebalance my energy of my body. And take care of my body. In that case, I choose the natural care, the homeopathy. But every one of you can choose what way to take, which one way is the best for you. Because we know ourselves better than the other, and we know what is the best for us. Okay, and the best for me may be not the best for you or for you. Okay, and this is the beginning of A.Q.H. I was the first guinea pig. Guinea pig.
Yeah, you survived.
Yeah, I'm here. Because before to propose the things to the other people, to the school, because in Italy we have a school of holistic counselor, of holistic operator, and now we open in Australia too, because now we live in Australia. Yeah, because after years and years, I realized my big dream to come in Australia and live near our Aboriginal spiritual family. I say that I'm very, very lucky because I have not one family but two. And yes, all the techniques that we share before we try them to themselves.
Yeah,
You know? Experiment. Guinea pig. Okay, and I would like to share this for rendervi partecipi
to make you participate, to
of my experience
okay,
with this energy.
make you part of the experience.
Okay. And now I think that we can pass at the practical part, because we don't want that this night is always blah 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 blah, no. But we want that you experiment with yourself this, okay? Like me. Okay.
Okay.
No, this is easy. Yes, I remember the first time that my Aboriginal spiritual father met us. He do the RX of us completely. He read completely in us, and he looked Gian Carlo and he said, "You talk too much."
Do I talk too much? Okay.
Okay, great.
Well, thank you for practical, but before going practical, would anyone like to ask a question?
I have a question. I
Yeah,
want
go
to
ahead.
ask you. So that name that was given to you, what happened to the name? Did you find?
The name? Aikino. Oh, yeah, the story is very interesting, because Aikino is a mysterious, but I want to share my secret with you because it's my secret, but I want to share with you. Aikino exists, is a real person. He's a real person, and is a man. He lives in Australia.
Oh.
He's Italian. He was born in my same city.
Oh.
Yeah. And
I'm not jealous, I'm not jealous.
He's never jealous. And I didn't tell you that we have been one initiation, a very powerful initiation in Australia. In a mountain, a sacred mountain, when the Aboriginal say that there's the spirit of the big eagle, and all start in the place. Okay, my gift get out in the place. My Aboriginal spiritual family recognized me and Gian in that place. It was a very, 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 very powerful. I was come a few times in the place, and every time that I was come, something of strong effect in my life. Very, 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 very strong. Okay, and we had been this initiation, and after our Aboriginal spiritual father bring us to a friend of him. Wasn't Aboriginal, was one Australian woman that lived with their family in a country house near one abandoned mine. Okay, and she lived like the pioneer years ago. I remember that she told us that when the wet season came and all the region was flooded, because in Australia the nature is very, very strong, especially when rain a lot, and there are all area that are floating. Okay, the government come and bring the food to her by the helicopter. The kids don't go to school, but the government sent to her the book and she teach. Okay, like here. And she offered us a tea, and we told blah 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 blah. We told her that we was from Italy, and she said, "Wow, from Italy. I have a good friend that lives in Italy. His name is Marco Aikino. Aikino. The first time I don't connect these two things, but after Gian Carlo told me, Aikino, wow." And when I received this message, I was in Italy, in the opposite part of the world. And I remember that was one vision of one Aboriginal man old that had been the very faint brown color, ochre brown color, and he said me his name, Aikino. And after I discovered that man was the grandfather of my Aboriginal sister that was dead in the same period that I saw in this video. But he bring me and he guided me in the opposite part of the world. It was amazing. I can't believe if I don't live it. Because it was very an adventure. I remember that I haven't a goal, but in my heart, I feel that I won't come to Australia. I won't come back to Australia. There's something that called me to Australia. In past 2 years, with a lot of difficulty, I lose my job because I worked by a tour operator closed, and I was with that job. A lot of difficult. But in my heart, Australia. After 2 years, I was calm. We booked the plane. We rent a minivan. Do you know the minivan of the hippie, the Vanet? I remember that we have been the shower on the rubinetto.
Yeah, with the pump.
With the pump. and for the shower, this is one part and the other. Very adventure. Okay, pioneer adventure. And we don't have. We follow the flow. We meet person that said, "Oh, go there." We gave a scene to go in this direction, and all keep us in this place in the north of the Queensland. A little village called Kuranda. In this village, there's the Aboriginal know that there's a big crystal on the floor, on the ground. And the energy is very, very, very powerful. The crystal are catalyzed the energy, are very powerful. If you have crystal, or if you know crystal, you know this. And it was in the place that I met that woman with her eyes captured and said, and it's like a connection. I don't know, it was happening in your life that you see one person, you don't say nothing, but boom, has been this experience. Oh, great. And it's amazing because you feel. And yes, this Marco Aquino was born in my same Italian city, Turin. He was being the same work of me. He worked for a tour operator. He was a touristic guide. And I met him one day before to leave Australia. And for him, it was the same. Recognize. And after 1 year, he came to Italy. He visited us. And he presented us her future wife. And I discovered another important thing because I'm convinced that the story is not finished. There's more and more in that place. Her mom, the mom of Michael Aquino, when he was dead, was the ashes was out in Italy in a place 2 km from where we live. And the other part was in the Sacred Mountain, where the water is initiated. And I had the now that I tell you this, like a boom. Okay, and tonight we will come together in that mountain for feel this energy. Together, Gian Carlo guide us with the instrument. I don't know if you know it. It's called didgeridoo. A very curious name. Is one Aboriginal sacred instrument. Not all the Aboriginal of Australia play it, only that one that lives in the north. And yes, the sound very, the sound of Mother Earth. Because tonight we go to feel the energy of the mountain in that the energy of the moon in that mountain. With the sound of Mother Earth. Believe me, it will be a very, very great experience. We bring you all in Australia, in this sacred place, to see the beauty. Are you happy? Be careful, because when you come back to home, happen to you the same thing that happened to me. You read all the people like a book.
And you will tell people that have got pimples on their foreheads.
Okay. I'm joking. But I don't know if I completely joking. Let's go.
Okay then.
Any questions? No? All clear? All crystalline? Right.
Now, I would like to do a demonstration, okay, of the A.Q.H on someone.
Wow,
Okay.
guinea pig.
And
I want
who wants to come?
anybody.
Oh, wow.
Wow, a lot of guinea pig. This country is amazing because it's the we travel a lot. We was been in Dubai, we was been in Europe, we've been in Australia, but here is the first country, the first place that the people are very happy to experiment. It is wonderful. It's very good to teach here or share here.
I don't know who to choose, honestly. That side. Over there.
Me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. There's someone beside you as well, okay? A lady, very elegantly dressed and quite joyful as well. She liked to sing. Very humble-hearted. Yeah. She's saying that you shouldn't be too apprehensive for what's occurring right now in this moment, but try to loosen all those responsibilities that aren't yours upon yourself. You're a free spirit, she's saying. So stop compromising yourself for the needings of other people. Okay? Open yourself, open your heart towards your mind to start to really make the fundamental footsteps that you really desire to make, because you've been questioning yourself lately upon the decisions that you've been making, okay? But she's saying that follow your feelings because you're on the right way, okay? Because you deserve to be respected in life, so respect yourself, okay? I don't know if you remember a person like this from the spirit world. She says that she's from your dad's side.
Oh, maybe my mama.
Okay, yeah. She's quite talkative as well. She likes to talk a lot. Yeah, she's saying yes. She likes to talk a lot. And she likes to wear dresses, outfits with flowers, with flourish patterns on them. Yeah.
I actually never really have met a lot of women on my dad's side. So.
Yeah, she's showing me this outfit with flat flowers on them, greenish, yellowish flowers. And maybe it's a way to remind you that, you know, that you need more time for yourself, even in the middle of the nature. Isolate yourself, create your boundaries, and turn that cell phone off, she's saying. Okay? Because you keep compromising your time, your days for too many external issues. Okay?
She was religious. You don't know?
I don't know.
Because I saw her with the portray Mother Mary, the rosary. Yeah. You don't know if she used glasses.
Well, right now that's going on. There's actually, my dad keeps on influencing on a decision that I want to choose out of more of the adventure and just following my heart. And actually his side, he was close to his grandmother who was Catholic, Sicilian. And so maybe it's just that her coming through because I do have a lot of conflicts between, you know, the decision on if I'm going to go or not, like follow my heart or listen to the influence of my dad. So it would be interesting to see.
She's saying it's important to follow your heart because, you know, we can live according to the expectations of others until a certain extent, but then we have to understand that our time is ours and time is life, you understand? And that means, what can I say, giving value to yourself, and that means believing in your capability of making choices throughout your life instead of waiting for other people to put their own, what can I say, ideas into your choices, that then puts you into a state of doubt, that puts you into a state of doubt, that transforms your life in like some sort of stray dog biting its tail over and over again. Okay? So she's saying that the time to make choices is now.
Do it.
Do it, yes. Anyway, come here, bring your insecurity here.
What's that?
Bring your insecurity here.
Oh, go up there?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you're the volunteer. Okay. Gotcha.
What's your name, dear?
Taylor.
Now Taylor is going to sit down here. And Taylor, after this experience, you'll never ever be the same as before.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
I'm trying to frighten you.
Let it go.
It's not
No,
working.
it's
I'm not scary. Okay. I might as well imitate the squid head Davy Jones in Pirates of the Caribbean. Do you fear death? Okay. Anyway, I'm going to give you, let's say, the first level A.Q.H. Okay, usually I do the third level, but I would like to give you a beautiful, gentle first level of A.Q.H. because I believe that you think too much. Your mind is bubbling so much, and you're in a state of tension and stress, and you're as tense as a string of a violin, even too tense, and you can't live days and days of our life with this mental tension because one day we'll just snap. Understand?
I hope not.
Of course. You're young, you've got a whole lifetime ahead, and stop being too severe with yourself. So enjoy life. Okay? Does that make sense?
Should we shake hands on it?
No.
Anyway. Now, how does A.Q.H. work? The scientific name of A.Q.H, Angelic Quantum Healing, is transdimensional quantum healing. Why? Because the person is inducted into a state of profound relaxation. Okay? The mental activity is lowered in a very fast way. The brain activity is slowed down, and that means the ego falling asleep. And the person going into a state of acceptance and trust. So what will happen? I'm going to fastly put you into this deep state of relaxation. I'm going to take you to the light, because you're just going to bask in the light and totally relaxing. I'm going to give you the first level of A.Q.H, where from the light you'll start to feel the energy arising, okay? Where resistance is futile. Okay? So now, all you have to do is look at the palm of my hand, okay? As you can see, when the A.Q.H practitioner keeps the positions of the hand like this, I'm going to explain it in the workshop. You want to know too much. Have you ever seen the Pope doing this?
Leonardo did in the paintings.
Yes. But there's a profound meaning
It's a Buddha.
to this mudra, a very profound meaning that A.Q.H practitioners know. Okay. Anyway, what you have to do now is observe the palm of my hand. Keep your eyes open, then imagine to see a beautiful star irradiating your favorite colors. And now I'm going to move my hand upwards and downwards, and you inhale and exhale for 5 times, because 5 is the number of transcendence and creation. Are you with me? Okay, so now 1, inhale, exhale, 2, inhale, exhale, 3, inhale, exhale, 4, inhale, exhale, 5, inhale, exhale, and close your eyes and relax. Relax. Let yourself go into total trust. Listen to each breath that you take. And keep imagining to see that beautiful star in your mind. Expand more and more and more. Calming your mind and slowing down the mental activities of your mind. This is the light, which I like to call the divine singularity, the light of unconditional love and peace. It's bright white, golden and silver, but it's irradiating with your favorite colors. embracing, expanding all around you. Now you are seated in your divine power in this light, becoming one with this light, which is raising the vibrational frequency. The sensation of peace is around and in you. And just relax and completely trust. And that all is perfect. Simply breathe in. And just relax. 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 Now, in this state of consciousness, in the new life, I will ask you a few questions. You will only reply or yes or no. Okay? You okay? It will be related to what I will touch. Okay? What I'm capturing in this moment is that I feel that you're like a child standing on a cliff, waiting to make a decision, ready to go beyond your old ways, towards something new in your life. And this calling is becoming stronger and stronger. Does it feel right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Of course, the feeling is a great challenge. It's as if that you're feeling that it's putting you back in your decisions. Is it correct?
No.
And it's all a question of gaining self-confidence in yourself. That belief that possesses something those footsteps. Okay, so. Now exploring the heart space, and it's all related to the fear of the reading and expectations of other people. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It's an important step in your thinking growth is to the deep expectations of other people that no need to see the way you want to see that now. You're starting to understand how to truly see yourself. I think that it's important to understand how you feel value to yourself. Okay, well, stop comparing yourself in negative ways with others. Realize that you have infinite value in yourself. Okay, does it make sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
Remember that you are a beautiful, creative power within you. Okay, does it make sense?
Yes.
It's interesting. you have any heavy breathing sometimes through the night?
I don't know.
Okay. What do you think? Okay. I notice a bit of sadness around there. Okay. Something to do with sentimental aspect of life. Does it correspond?
No.
No, okay, no, okay. There's a bit of sadness there. Maybe it's a question of letting go of the past. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Regards your childhood. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So, the usual watering,
Sometimes.
drink more. Okay. Because I can feel around the area of your kidneys that you need more water. Okay. So enjoy it. Okay. Now I'm going to count until 5. By 5. Breathing deeply, breathe out and open your eyes, a beautiful smile on your face. Deepest, ready to explore new horizons of your life. Okay. 1, breathing deeply and breathe out. 2, breathing deeply and breathe out. Move your fingers and your feet. 3, breathing deeply and breathe out. You are in the here and now. 4, breathing deeply and breathe out. Just stretch your arms and your shoulders. 5, breathing deeply and breathe out with a beautiful and open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face. And stretch out your consciousness like beautiful wings on your back, healing wings. Remember, you're free spirit. Follow your heart. Stop compromising yourself for the needs of other people. And
Thank you.
so, how do you feel?
Relax.
Yeah.
Sure of what I want.
You want to share with somebody?
What do you mean, sure?
You want to share with friends, or it's okay like this?
And you just relax and into a meditation, but I feel that I've always kind of focused on my heart, but always needing to have an answer given to me. So maybe just more of a light of a reason why I wanted to come here so badly with my mom who invited me. So maybe that was the reason why I felt so happy and like wanting to do it,
Okay.
because there was more of an answer that was waiting that I knew.
Well, fantastic.
Thank you, Diana.
For the next 5 days, drink lots of water, okay? Detox. Okay, lots of water for the next 5 days. And yes, this was level 1, okay? And in level 1, all my students are capable of doing this, okay? We all have the same gifts. And A.Q.H is here to prove that we all have the same gifts. We are all born the same. It's not that being a medium and a psychic means that you're special than anyone else. That's just the old way of thinking. A.Q.H opens up our channels, and I've developed A.Q.H to prove that we are all the same. Well, we can all have those same gifts if we wish to, okay? Okay. Well,
I have a question.
hmm.
So, little one or just in general, this matter, you have to ask permission to perform on someone, let's say, for, I don't know, family member or whatever. Do you have to ask them, or they have to ask you, or you can just do it? Let's say it's my son, can you just come for you? Or-
Well, it's always
Yeah.
good to ask permission.
Yeah, it's important as a
It's always good to
We
ask
can
permission.
do
I know that
something
you-
if the person is not really right, because we do again the free argument in the person.
Mhm.
And let's say it's some absolutely like, you know, stranger you need help, they ask me and you doing it, and you don't know the person, well, I guess you feel the person at this point, but what's happening with your own energy? Like how,
That's a good question. You're practically tapping into an infinite energy. The good thing about A.Q.H is that it's an empowering experience for the practitioner and for the receiver, okay? It's a constant flow of energy that arrives from the divine singularity in its infinite perspective to human scale of existence, okay? And it's constant. So, you know, an A.Q.H practitioner can keep going on for hours and hours and hours and hours and constantly feel empowered. And that's a good thing.
It's not you doing it, it's your calling the source in.
Yeah.
You just become the
You
channel.
are directly connected to the source, in very good words. And it's a constant flow. It's the polarization of the infinite energy of the consciousness from all around, from the infinite great to within and outwards to the hands. It creates that momentum before time and space, before creation itself. In the middle of your hands, you've got that spark, that divine spark of creation. Okay, that can be defined into anything. Then you're sending out through your third eye instructions according to how you feel. Okay, it can be peace, love, high self-esteem. And then that energy just goes and synchronizes itself in relation to what the person needs, and it just goes. And your hands are just guided in the end, okay? And your body, your experience starts to move in a harmonious way. A bit like Tai Chi. Okay. And once the process is over, the energy just brings itself out in between your hands, and you just have to think about someone who needs this energy or circumstance, and just send it out to the cosmos. And it becomes like a beautiful bright star that shines its light on the circumstance or on the person. Okay, so it's like sending out a blessing towards someone. A very powerful prayer.
actually, one more question. I do work with people if I work, and I do, it's massage, I touch them, I do facial cleansing. I wonder, I can't use it on client, right? I mean, I should ask or don't use it, right? Is that true?
Well, to use it on a client, you always have to ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's the only question.
Yes.
You
And
can
even
use it even in distance, you not only with the person who's in person with you, you can use it in distance.
remotely as well. And the great thing about A.Q.H is that who already is into energetical healing, because I've had Reiki masters coming to my A.Q.H classes, theta healers, bars practitioners. It's an integrative system. It upgrades, it amplifies. I've had Reiki masters that said, wow, I'm working faster, the effects are far more amplified. And for who has never done it, it is a new, powerful, reawakening modality. I'll just remove the word healing from my vocabulary. Reawakening modality. And you do massage, okay?
I mean, I touch person, and so I can feel the energy.
It's compatible because once you activate yourself in the A.Q.H modality and then do the massage with that frequency, the difference is far more amplified, and it's amazing, really amazing.
Hi, I have a question for you.
Yes.
How long does that last with someone and their energy? Because I have some people that come to me to do angelic energy work, and sometimes they'll keep coming back. You know, I think, and I just wonder, does it stay with them, or are they just needing it mentally?
Okay, you asked me a great question. I like this question. People that keep coming back. According to my point of view, and according to how A.Q.H works, the energy remains and it provokes a chain reaction of changes, where in the end the person doesn't need you anymore, but the person learns to need him or herself.
Right.
So in my perspective, I like to see a person that comes back into my studio saying, I've obtained the changes that I desired, everything is going great, I don't need you anymore, but I'll send you my friend. Instead of someone that just keeps coming back because I feel drained, I need you, I've argued with my husband, for example, and I need some healing. And it's just, that's the karmical record of the person repeating itself over and over again. But A.Q.H has the goal to put a person capable of managing themselves. It's a reawakening process. We become helpers of ourselves in the end. We become masters of ourselves. What we have to understand that we are the cosmos that has all the replies from within.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Are you putting heart plan coherence? That kind of thing? Do you talk about heart plan coherence?
Yes.
And,
Yes. Because when the energy flows upwards and downwards, it provokes, what can I say, the effect that is called the divine alignment. Okay, the practitioner is divinely aligned. And the energy flows, all the chakras are aligned, heart and mind, that's the coherence. It provokes this effect. Yes. And this is super duper. Okay, this is my ego. Okay. But you know, what can I say? It's a gift for everyone, okay? It's a gift, and teaching A.Q.H is a mission. It's not a commercial product. It's a gift arriving from the seraphims, from the Metatron frequency, okay? And of course, who feels ready to learn this method, fantastic, okay. If this method is truly felt, okay, welcome to my class. But you know, the great thing about A.Q.H that we are all learning together. It's not me as the teacher telling you what to do and not what to do, and how to do and not how to do. We are all walking together hand by hand as a circle in this great and marvelous new paradigm, new human adventure on a higher dimensional level. So we are all teachers, we are all learning to be teachers of ourselves and mirroring this aspect as a collectivity in the end. So altogether we are pioneers in this method, and there is always something new to learn. Always something new to learn. And this is what I find beautiful about A.Q.H classes. Okay.
so are you doing the first through the fourth, or just the first, or how is it structured? Because I know you're in Australia.
Okay. Well, we travel a lot anyway, so we're always traveling. Okay. And it's developed into 4 levels. There's the level first, level 1, A.Q.H practitioner, level 2, advanced practitioner, level 2 practitioner, level 3 advanced practitioner, and level 4 master practitioner, okay? And what can I say? Each practitioner is called vector equilibrium healer, okay? Because it works on the principles of sacred geometry, of course, the tesseract of life, which scientifically is called vector equilibrium. And of course, through this concept, we learn to refine our highest self, the source, into our human scale of existence and to use it for ourselves and for the benefits of others. Okay?
And so saying that, can it be used collectively? Like, can you use it for a group or for the world, or
yeah, of course.
The earth?
Yeah, group healing is fantastic. Well, we already done many experiments on group level through A.Q.H, and you know, seeing each person combining their toric fields together creating one flower of life, okay, and conveying this energy towards the central point of the circle, creating this divine singularity, putting all the positive thoughts, provokes a very powerful effect. And as a group, people become remote viewers as well, and they remotely view the issues of the person. We make experiments in our class. We telephone the person, okay, relax, at this time we're going to do this method, this group method. Okay, bang. There was a person that didn't even make any time to come home. He was still driving, but he started to feel the effects, and his head was turning. He had to stop over suddenly with his car. Okay, nothing happened, unfortunately. But then, what happened? People were starting to capture all the info on that person, and we were starting to write down in the end all the info. And that practically, this was the divine singularity, letting us know through its various spectrums and frequencies, all the issues that he was putting right, okay, harmonizing. We telephoned the person and we started to share out all what we captured, and it is very exact, very precise. Yes. And we would like to do this experiment in the first level class as well, of course, yes. So prepare yourselves, okay?
So are you teaching first level on all levels, or are you just teaching first?
Level one.
Just level one?
Yeah, level one. And then,
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
I've been working with the angels a long time, and quite a long time ago, in the 90s, I was trained in, at the time they called it, what did you call it? Anyway, it was working with Metatron and Merkaba and the high heart and the thymus and the whole upper part of what you're doing. And I already do the whole angel, this whole part. It's the lower part that I was never trained in. So I'm wondering.
okay, well, this is the issue.
Okay.
If we want to transcend the higher part into our human level of existence, we have to work on the lower part.
I know.
Because the source is light, okay? It is the most unexplainable, mysterious form of energy that human mind cannot comprehend. We can't even define it as light. It's just presence, okay? But as light, it behaves it behaves similarly as light, especially when it comes to electromagnetism, okay? When we're talking about electromagnetism, the thorium field, we're talking about the creative power of the soul, of the spirit, which is called the soul. The spirit is the source, but the spirit needs the soul to polarize itself. And we should never ever forget that through this process of polarization, there is the yin and the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine.
Well, I don't mean to say we don't work with grounding. I work with grounding. I work with the lower chakras and in the ground.
Okay.
But it's the energy that looks like it's around the sexual organs. That is not something that I've ever saw before.
Okay.
That's what I've never worked with.
Well, the energy spirals upwards for the first chakra, the second chakra, the third and fourth, and then spirals downwards. So it's the polarization, it's the polarizing process of the source through the electromagnetism of the soul to provoke creation. This is how the universe manifests itself. This is how life manifests itself in the end. And this is what we should learn to provoke from within, okay, to transcend and be who we truly are. Okay.
I was just wondering if maybe
it's the alchemy of life. Okay.
I have a question again. We're taking everybody out. I'm sorry. Okay, I am not really visual. I'm not clairvoyant. I am clairaudient, and I have the feeling. I do everything. I work with mediumship and angelic realm and all that. You are saying that you will be able to do a remote viewing with this?
Yeah, you can.
So it will open up that clear cognizance of mine?
Yeah, you can.
Clairvoyance? Okay. All right. I just wonder.
It amplifies the actual gifts that you have. In the same time, amplifying the actual gifts provokes even the opening of the other gifts.
Okay.
Okay? Because if we want to develop other gifts, we have to focus on the first gift that we have, amplify it, master it, and then suddenly, bang, it becomes the key to open the next box. Okay? And that's And A.Q.H facilitates this process.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So it's Christmas time with A.Q.H.
Okay.
Okay. And taste of Australia?
Yes.
Okay.
Before
Hmm?
the message,
The message.
we would like to give to you a little gift tonight, a message from the sky and from the earth. Okay. We use this card. Who know the angel card here? All.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Tonight we use this. Is the Crystalline Angel or by Dorothy too. I imagine that all know Dorothy too. Okay. And we use this one that are the card of the Aboriginal dream times. Because the Aboriginal people live in 2 dimensions at the meantime. This dimension and and another one dimension called dream time.
Yeah.
Is the dimension of the creation, is the dimension of this power animal, similar to the Native American, okay? And every animal has one important role in the creation of the universe, of the Mother Earth, okay? And has one important message for us. I told you before that my Aboriginal father bring me to the mountain, and there was the spirit of the big eagle. And I don't know, have you been in Australia? There's someone that have been in Australia here? No? If you have occasion, please go in the, not only in the big city, but go in the nature, in the bush, the Aboriginal bush. If you see that special place that you can see the rock, the tree, that have semblance of animal or human being, or the spirit of the ancestral. There's a lot of this in the Australian outback in the bush. Okay, now we go, we pass, we go. Okay. Even like I said, next time, ladies. Okay. I will give to you one angel card, and Gian Carlo will give to you one card of the dream time. Okay? Doesn't matter if you don't understand what is wrong on the Aboriginal card, the Aboriginal card, because it's in Italian. But we explain to you. Okay? We can't explain to all of you because after we would like to do this very powerful meditation. But before to come back, you can ask when we finish. You can ask to us if you don't understand the meaning of the card. Okay? Okay. We start. Okay. If you want, you can do one specific question, or if you only ask to the angel and to the animal of the time a suggestion. Up to you. Okay, great.
Yes, very good. These are very strange Aboriginal cards because they're in Italian.
Aboriginal Italian.
You can't find these cards anywhere. I find them in Italy.
Yes.
Do you like your card?
Yeah.
Wow, yes. Is this a turkey? Yeah, turkey. Okay. Bush turkey. This is, seal, great, but you know the Italian. Wow. This is root, the sacred mountain, the mountain of the center, the heart, the center of Australia. It's amazing. It's amazing because it's granite. And in the sunset and the sunrise, the sun puts the rays from the illuminating.
Okay. Who starts?
Yes, you first. Okay, you the heart, me the sky.
Okay, the sky starts there.
Okay, great. Who is that want? There's anyone that won't share his or her car with us? No, you. Okay.
Which card do you want me to share?
Yeah.
Both of them?
First
Before the sky, before the angel.
The angel.
Angel.
Smoky quartz clearing negativity.
Okay.
Release negativity from within or around you.
Okay, it's the moment that you left all your thoughts. Don't sabotage yourself with your thoughts, but express completely freely your truth. Okay, and don't be sad. All will be fine. It's important that you should not to be rigid with yourself. Okay.
Okay. What can I say?
No, she don't read the card.
Did you want me to give you the other card?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. It's koala.
Wow.
Okay. You know, we should take things more easier in life, okay? In a more easier way, okay? Permit things to flow easily, okay? Don't be too severe with yourself and don't question yourself too much upon your capabilities because you have very powerful capabilities, you know? And, you know, your capabilities are there since your childhood. And whatever arrives from you arrives from the source and you should totally believe. So don't question yourself too much with the mind because the ego then starts to overpower the mind and blocks you in what you have to give. And puts you even in the circumstance of having doubts on what you're receiving from the higher dimensions as well, okay? So be aware that you are pure-hearted and just let things flow. Flow, 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 without doubt. Total trust, lower the handbrake.
Who wants? Okay, Gian, start. No,
I start?
yes.
Okay.
Wow, Dingo. Dingo
Okay.
is like a coyote, I wonder.
Well, I can say that changes are on the horizon, okay? And it regards, what can I say, the materialistic side of life, okay? You're starting to make changes that, what can I say, are in relation to your needing of feeling more satisfied in what you do in life, okay? And you're starting to put boundaries, okay, in relation to how people always wanted to see you, because you're starting to see yourself now, okay, and you're starting to be more concrete in this, in the changes in life. And people may not understand you right now, but don't permit those people who don't understand you to pull you down, okay, to pull you down into their drama if they don't understand you, because simply they don't understand themselves. Seeing your changes, okay, means that you're being a mirror, showing them that what they are invited to see from within. And of course, their ego overreacts and they start to misunderstand you and they start to judge you. But be aware that you're following your heart and you're on the right track. If you meet someone who says that your dreams are too big, just tell him that his dreams are too small, for example, okay? Does it make sense? Okay.
Bring your past. Yeah, the cards.
Yeah, is that they can kind of words.
Oh,
And it's won't be passive.
okay. It's time to bring the past behind your shoulder, okay? And especially in the sentimental environment. And you have the gift of the vision. It's possible. You are clairvoyant. And work in your third eye, because you will in the future you will develop more things, and new surprise come in your life. Be pronto.
Be ready.
Be ready to welcome. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, we do both, and after we go to the meditation.
Okay.
Are you agree? Okay.
I'm curious about the turkey. Because I never thought I would draw a turkey.
Your turn.
Okay, I start?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in a certain way, the turkey has this tendency to explore. It's your curiosity, your pioneeristic nature, okay, to want to explore things in a very intricate way. You're the classical person that loves to search for the needle in the haystack of a huge barn, okay, wanting to see things in detail. And this is your characteristics of wanting to always see things according to the perspective of research, okay, and that makes you a very down-to-ground person. When you, especially when it concerns spiritual research. And this defines even your characteristics, your nature of being, what can I say, more into the metaphysic perspective.
Yes.
Okay. You're a metaphysicist?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And, you know, the turkey symbolizes practically walking long distances, but not walking long distances, you know, in the awareness of what's beyond the horizon, but exploring the little details of the ground as well.
Yes. Yes.
To being in a more, what can I say, to go through its journey in a more, what can I say, down-to-ground awareness.
Yes.
Okay?
Thank you.
And this even defines your characteristics as being even a good teacher as well.
Thank you.
Do you teach?
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
And I have sapphire, easy does it. Your health, happiness, and abundance. require a gentle approach to life and work.
Yeah, I said that, you are radicate, but you should find your root, your ancestral root, because you discover new things if you find your ancestral root. It's a new meaning, because you are connected for the sky, you are rooted, but the ancestral help you in this moment. And you have the ability to, you are a good healer, you are a good healer, and Archangel Raphael is with you and help you with this energy. You channeling Archangel Raphael? Okay.
Yes, I do.
Just tell hello, this praying together. Let's see.
Thank you so much.
The beautiful lady in the
I have the Pearl Harbor Bridge. Is it?
Harbor Bridge.
What is that?
Well, when I see the bridge, I see bridgeway means, the contact between two worlds, between two dimensions. But even, how can I say this, the decision of making important changes in life as well. Okay. What can I say? Close the door towards the past. Stop listening to people that tell you that you're wrong, because it's time to understand that you are right. The heart is speaking now, and you've got that change in front of you. Okay, that life-changing experience. You know what? Society is quite particular, okay? Society is like a mountain. There's a big mountain, all the roads go up to the mountain, and there are herds of people like cattle roaming around the mountain, and only a few that find their own pathway to reach the top. But, in society, there are lots of people that just waste their time roaming around the bottom of the mountain, telling the other ones that have decided to make a life-changing choice that they are wrong. Okay? So stop listening to people who haven't got the courage to make their own steps in life, okay? That they just want to constantly stay in their comfort zone, while you've decided to explore, to go beyond, to break through this chain of routine, okay? And you're starting to accept your feminine side, your more intuitive part, okay? And that means giving value to yourself for who you are in this life now, okay? Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
And Malachite, the prosperity. There's a positive shift in your flow to the divine.
Okay, you are in the right time, the right moment, in the right place, because it's the moment to cut the chain of the past and to open your wing and fly. Wings, yeah, wings is not a thing. But it's not a thing, probably. New wing in your life, but open your wings and fly like an eagle. Thank you. And see the things in a different horizon. Okay. More. If you remain down, you see only this. If you there's a man with you. He is in the spirit world. He's a tall man, probably possibly possible one father or a grandfather.
Could be a grandfather.
Yeah, skinny and tall. And he has one,
He's got he's got a shirt with a checkered type of shirt.
Okay.
Grandfather, maybe?
Yeah. And do you have one book of your grandfather? Because you showed me one book.
Say that again?
One book.
A book?
Book, yeah. Do you have one book of your grandfather, or do you have a
Picture?
no, it's one book.
No.
Maybe it's a diary.
No. No, nothing for my grandfather.
You don't know if you like read or something.
Do he like to read?
Yeah. Because you showed me one book.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't know if he liked to read. He never read to me. So.
Yeah. I don't know, but probably or in the future you will discover something regarding one book or connect to your grandfather, because he showed me this book.
Have you ever tried to do automatic scripture?
No,
Go for it.
okay. Thank you.
Go for it.
Is that the same as automatic writing?
Yes, automatic writing. Yeah.
Okay, I
Okay.
will.
Go for it, because I believe that you've got that gift in you.
And I think it was one sacred book or Bible or something like that. Think about it.
Maybe a grandfather, my father's father, but I didn't know him, but he was very connected to his religion
Yes.
and to the Torah.
It was come to me that it was
Hebrew.
Hebrew, yeah. Yeah, it was sacred book. It was a dark in the.
Anyway,
Okay.
I'm waiting for the philosophy from the spirit world.
Hey. I hear you.
Okay?
My hands right.
You're going to amaze yourself. Special effects. Okay.
Wow.
And your grandfather is going to help you out for this. Because he was connected. He was highly connected. Okay. Here we go. Yes, because you were just there waiting. Right?
Were we supposed to start with Sky? Or
Oh, listen,
Sky?
which one that you prefer?
we will start with Sky? I have most points. It's for love life, new or renewed romantic. Love is here for you.
Okay. Leave too much responsibility in your shoulder. Your spirit is actually spirit and want to be free, especially in the work side. I want to be free and want to be changed. It's possible that you won't change your work or your work environment. Don't worry that the angel helps to do it. But you give, and you feel that you don't give enough. No, give value to yourself and give value to the things that you give. Okay, it's the first step for the change, for attract a new world. But this new world will come this year. Don't worry. Okay.
And throat chakra, speak out your
Yes.
truth. Okay? Because especially on sentimental level, you must really express that clear point of view of yourself and that clear vision of what you truly need for yourself, especially on sentimental level, okay? Because it's a question of giving value to yourself and permitting the Mary Magdalene from within to express herself, okay? To reach a more balanced relationship. You understand? Remember that you're a woman of a man and not the mother. Your husband or boyfriend, okay? Your boyfriend?
Fiance.
Fiancé, okay. Remember that you are the Mary Magdalene. And he should be responsible for himself to bring out the Christ consciousness, okay? You're not his mother, but you are his woman, okay? The future wife, the future Mary Magdalene, you understand? Okay, so he should understand that he should stop being, what can I say, a little child in the body of an adult in certain circumstances, okay? And you have to be a bit more clear towards him.
Yeah, hard to get through it.
Have the right balance, okay? But he adores you, he's a great person, he's got a beautiful heart. And he's got the characteristics of being that man that will really make you happy for the rest of your life. But even you, define yourself, okay? And he will understand,
Got it.
okay?
I knew that, but it's better, someone else says it.
Don't be
It's like, I
afraid.
knew this.
Don't be afraid to speak out your truth.
Exactly. That's what I need to do. And I have a crocodile, a cocodrilo.
That's what the crocodile was all about. You see, the cards are just a way to enjoy ourselves, okay? But it's, what can I say? It creates a psychic bridgeway between the psychic and the receiver, okay? In reality, card readers, in our school, in our academy, when we teach card readings, we make our students clearly understand that you're just using a little side wheel to learn to pedal your bicycle, but in the end, you have to give up the cards and totally trust, because it opens the psychic capabilities of the person to connect electromagnetically from consciousness to consciousness in the end. That's what the cards are all about, okay?
Thank you.
So I was just there, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah. Great.
Yes.
Okay. We go to the meditation.
Yeah, we go to the
Okay, are you ready to go to Australia?
Well, this is a taste of. Yeah, later. Just
Okay.
relax with.
All right.
Well, this is a taste of the Aborigines of Australia. Okay, the shamanism of Australia. The didgeridoo is a very powerful shaman instrument that is dated back to 60,000 years. This is the tradition, okay? Of course, this hasn't got 60,000 years. But the Aboriginal Australians used to use this instrument as a highly powerful healing instrument, okay, for the concept of the primordial sound of creation, recreated through the didgeridoo. It balances the chakras straight away. It sends people straight away into a profound state of relaxation. And you can feel the vibrations raising from the ground as well, okay? And according to the Aborigines, of course, wow, the quantum physics of today have discovered the wheel, while the Aborigines knew that the universe was created through sound, okay? It's a long process to describe really on scientific terms, because it's a question of light, sound, electromagnetism, light that polarizes itself through electromagnetism and then becomes the universe the way we know it to be and the way we don't know it to be and blah, 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 blah. But, you know, it's the process of the Big Bang. But a Big Bang that is born from within ourselves, it's the consciousness, that then is described as the dream times, okay? And yes, and there's a very antique legend of the Aborigines that talks about the creation times, okay, where the Great Spirit used to roam around a very barren landscape under a sky without stars. And suddenly the Great Creator decided to light a fire, the fire of life, the flame of creation. And beside the fire, he saw the root of a eucalyptus, practically excavated by termites, because it's the termites that excavate the didgeridoo, okay, that makes it hollow. And then the Aborigines just work it out to make it a bit more perfect. And suddenly the Great Creator gently pushed away the termites on the mouthpiece and started to blow inside the didgeridoo towards the sky. And suddenly all the termites inside the didgeridoo were pushed towards the sky, and suddenly they became stars and galaxies. And it's a beautiful story. Yes. So now, who's going to guide the meditation? Me?
You.
Okay.
Is you the heart.
Well, I'm going to guide you all in a meditation where I'm going to take you to the sacred land of the Aborigines, okay? A very sacred space called Uluru, okay? Which is Ayers Rock. It is one of the most sacred spots of the earth, a very powerful portal, and it is the pineal gland of the earth, okay? And I'm going to take you all on top of this beautiful mountain under a starry sky where you will see the energy of the moon appearing, the eclipse, and then the moon will become a portal. Because when an eclipse occurs, it becomes a ring of light, okay, and a beautiful portal that then will project you towards another dimension, other places to visit. And why not? This experience will be through the sound of the didgeridoo in the end, and through this experience, you will all maybe have your own personal, let's say, vision quest.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can, during this experience, you can leave all the fear, all the block, all the chain of the past. You give all to the moon, to the energy of the moon. At the meantime, you can create and manifest the things that you want, because the eclipse is the union between two energies, the energy of the creation, the masculine energy, and the feminine energy. the sun, and the moon. Okay, and it's very, very, very powerful for materialize, for create, very, very, very strong. And tonight we have the energy of a beautiful group, like a big tribe, and the energy of Mother Earth and Father God. Okay,
So,
it's the perfect. Perfect.
so you're going to listen to this sound. And the clap sticks, of course, okay? The sound represents the masculine energy, and the clap sticks represents the feminine energy. When the Aborigines play the didgeridoo, the males play the didgeridoo and the females play the clap sticks, okay? And the sound goes like this. Okay? Are you ready for this journey?
Yeah.
Okay then. I'm going to put this in. First, I'm going to guide you with this beautiful music at 437 hertz. Okay? And then the music will disappear and the didgeridoo will start to play. Okay? Can you all hear this music? Can you hear my voice, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. I will tell upstairs to keep the volume of my throat chakra high, okay? Because if I start channeling, my voice may change, my tongue goes blue, my eyes roll backwards. And no, I'm only kidding. And the room becomes stone cold and no, I'm kidding. This is Hollywood. We shouldn't believe in that crap. Okay, spirituality is love. Unconditional love, perfection. We just have to trust.
Yeah.
Okay? Anyway, to make a good meditation, don't close your eyes straight away. You have to oxygenate yourselves properly, oxygenate the cells of the body, the neurons, and then close your eyes. Because if you close your eyes straight away, the mind is still active, and it will be even more difficult to calm the mind down, to calm the ego down. Okay? So now, all you have to do is keep your eyes open, and you will all close your eyes when I tell you to do so, okay? So make yourselves comfortable on the chair. Okay, relax your shoulders, relax your arms and your legs. And once you're feeling all perfectly comfortable with your eyes open, you will inhale and exhale for 5 times. I will count until 5, and thereafter you will all close your eyes, okay? So now, 1, breathe in deeply, breathe out. 2, inhale and exhale. 3, inhale and exhale. 4, inhale and exhale. 5, inhale and exhale, and close your eyes and relax. Now breathe in deeply and breathe out in a calm and gentle way, and relax now. Relax. Let yourself go in total trust, and learn to pay attention to your breathing, and learn to listen to the sound of your breathing. In the awareness that the sound of your breathing is the most beautiful sound that you can ever listen to, because it's the sound of life that manifests from within, irradiates outwards and beyond. It is a calm and relaxing sound, like the wind in nature, like the sound of the oceans of the earth, the breathing earth. So just breathe and listen to your breathing. Listen to the calm and soothing sounds of your breathing, which is calming your mind more and more, more and more, and slowing down all the mental activities of your brain more and more, more and more. And this is your mind starting to sink into the sacred space of your heart. And now through your breathing, imagine to listen to your heartbeats. And imagine to hear your heartbeats perfectly synchronized with the rhythm of your breathing. And and imagine to see your heart beating within yourself, that beautiful, perfect, sacred temple of the soul and the spirit. And in the very center of your heart, imagine to see a beautiful, magical, circular door, half gold and half silver, with a bit of silver in the gold and a bit of gold in the silver. The gold is the masculine energy of the cosmos within, and the silver is the feminine energy of the cosmos within you. Like the yin and the yang, the Tao. And now feel attracted towards that door like a curious child. The heart is calling you. The spirit, the soul is calling you. And imagine to go towards that door. And imagine to see this door gently opening in its very center, revealing within your heart a beautiful night landscape. In the middle of a landscape, you can see a beautiful red mountain under a beautiful starry sky, where you can see all the Milky Way. You are entering the dream times, the times of the beginnings of creation, and this sacred space called Uru, from your very heart, which is a portal conducting you into this place. You're in front of this beautiful mountain, this red mountain. And now feel the breeze of the wind, the cosmic wind coming down from the stars, embracing you, and your body becoming lighter and lighter, lighter and lighter, like the feather of the wings of an angel. And the wind is taking you right on top of that beautiful mountain, under the sky. And you're gently laying down under the beautiful starry sky, where you can see the Milky Way. And now just remain in this state of relaxation for an instant. Observe the Milky Way, the beautiful stars, the countless stars in this sacred space, in this sacred place, and start to hear the voices of the ancestral spirits through the wind, vortexing around you. Those voices that are whispering all the wisdom of the cosmos. Feel the presence of these spirits and relax now. Relax and let yourself go in this beautiful place. Now the moon is starting to rise, and you can see it on the horizon as a red moon, rising more and more towards the sky. From its red color, it's becoming brighter and brighter, brighter and brighter. And you can see it over you, irradiating a bright white bluish light towards you. And the rays of this moon is caressing you, the feminine energy of the cosmos. And breathe in deep and breathe out this beautiful energy, which is opening up your channels and reawakening your intuitive part. And feel this cleansing energy taking away all the issues of the past from every single cell of your body. Where all the issues of the past through this energy is like smoke rising from every single cell of your body towards the starry sky through the light of the moon. And you're feeling lighter and lighter and more in peace with yourself. And now slowly, slowly, the magical lunar eclipse is occurring. It's coming slowly, slowly, and you can see the eclipse manifesting gently, starting to cover the moon and transforming the moon into a beautiful silverish and bluish circle of light, where through this moon, where through this circle of light, you can see other worlds appearing, other dimensions, different colors. This is a dimensional passage that permits you to live your personal galactic vision quest. Now the wind of the stars, the cosmic wind, is taking you upwards like a feather with the wings of an angel. And you're going towards that portal, towards that silver bluish ring of light. And you're going through this portal. And you're starting to journey through this portal in your personal galactic vision quest. Throughout dimensions, exploring infinite worlds. And with this journey, you'll hear the sound of creation, the sound of the beginning of time and space, the sound of the soul, the sacred chant of life, known to be the verb, the voice of the consciousness. Now, time to come back into the here and now. Let yourself guided by the spirits, by the ancestral spirits, to come back home. And from this journey, you're starting to feel the awareness of being in this room. Feeling the ancestral spirits all around like the breeze of the cosmic wind. This room starts to appear like a hologram because it is made of the illusion of time and space. And you're feeling the energy of Mother Earth under your feet, vortexing, like heat rising through your legs, converging to your first chakra, to ground you in the here and now. And your first chakra is spreading out the energy of Mother Earth like rainbow light throughout all your body. Calling down the energy of Father Sky, coming down like the breeze of the wind. Through your crown chakra, blending with the energy of Mother Earth, going through your legs, through your feet into the soil. Feel the balance, the peace, the stillness, all around and within you. And with the fingers of your hands and your feet. And now, whenever you feel ready, just take 3 deep breaths, and you can open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face. And I welcome you all back into the here and now. And let's just remain for an instant in silence once you're back in the here and now. To honor this moment, our gratitude towards the ancestors, our gratitude towards the moon, the spirit of the moon, cosmic energy, the cosmic community energy. And yes, welcome back. You can move your shoulders and your arms as well. Move your feet. Stamp your feet on the ground. Let's get up and stamp your feet on the ground. We need ground here. Okay. And yes. How did it go for everyone?
Very good.
Did you enjoy this journey?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Don't have doubted that all the things that you saw, all the things that you request to the universe will come to you. Okay? Trust. 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 Trust.
I have to give you a real
Everything is possible.
quick coincidence. Today I watched X-Files and it was all about the Mandela effect. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Don't you just love the universe?
Oh, no, my jump. I thought that my jump was red. No, it's gone. Okay. 437.
32.
No, 432, sorry.
430.
432. It's the harmonizing hertz, okay?
What if we want a session?
Hmm?
You're giving private sessions?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
We are here until
We are here until the 13th
13th of February.
of February, and we give private sessions where the first session, when we approach a person for the first time, we do 3 different steps, okay, 3 different things. Profound psychic reading with a mediumistic contact, a deep trance channeling session, which is a healing and activating session where I channel the energy of your spiritual guides that go and work on you. You can feel the energy coming into the room as well, and you can feel the energy is working on you, and you'll receive your personal message because they will speak through me as well, like a radio. And as the final step, the reading of the hour, an advanced reading of the hour, which is the reading of the soul, this beautiful electromagnetic field of creation, where we can even see the register, the actual registers, past lives and connections with other dimensions, because this is our multidimensionality, this field, okay? And many other things like activating symbols and it's the story of the soul that we share out. And of course, don't forget to bring a recorder or a mobile phone capable of recording the sessions, okay? Because especially the channel part is then after a personal meditation, okay? Your personal meditation, your personal healing and activating meditation to listen to, okay? These channel messages work on the DNA. They are activating codes as well.
So you think you can tune on the phone in recorder tune, or is it?
How much is one of those readings? Just curious.
Hmm?
How much is the fee for one of those readings?
Okay, well, you can have an option. If you want to do just half an hour, where we'll just give you a psychic reading and a mediumistic contact, it's $60, while the whole entire session lasts 1 hour and 15 minutes, 1 hour and 30 minutes, and it's $120.
Okay.
The prices
that's
are
okay.
there on the board.
That's okay.
Honest price. And the workshop instead, the workshop is the first, how much was it? 450, yeah. The first level workshop is 450, okay?
And how many days is that?
A weekend, 2
The
days.
whole weekend?
10 and 11.
Yeah.
February 10 and 11.
Yeah,
Okay,
weekend.
thank you.
Yes, it's very important that it's a weekend because it's a method that has to be taught calmly,
Right.
okay? I want to teach it in a proper way.
Yeah.
I don't want to rush people. There's lots of information, there's lots of work to do, cleansing, activations, and practice as well. Okay.
Well, thank you very much. This was
Thank
lovely.
you to you to be here and to share your precious time with us.
Thank you.
We hope that we see you again. Okay?
Yes,
And,
thank
we love you so much.
Yes, the cards, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Bring back the cards.